Hey guys, what's up? My name is John Wayne and today, tara, pag-usapan nga natin itong mga kaganapan today. Early this evening, sa pag-share sa atin ni Ma'am Joey, napanood natin ang isang panawagan ni VP Sara. But even before we get into that, medyo mag-throwback muna tayo. So, may mga bagay tayong babalikan para maintindihan natin saan nanggagaling si VP Sara sa kanyang pahayag. So basically dito sa video na to na nakikita nyo ngayon, ito yung sinasagot niya, sinasabi niya kung bakit meron siyang kay Franz Castro.
Expose the lies employed by the terrorists to survive. Yan ang ginagawa ni Franz Castro. Sige lang sila atake, sige sila atake. And then nag-aantay ako. Give me something concrete that I did something wrong. And then there's nothing. Wala. Pero, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung atake nila in the hopes that yung lie, the lie that they are peddling, that I did something wrong, would take stock sa utak ng mga tao. Yan yung ginagawa nila. Kaya, naglabas na kami ng statement ngayon Nagpasalamat na kami kay Congressman Estela Kimbo, nagpasalamat na kami kay ES, nagpasalamat na kami kay Secretary Gibo, nagpasalamat na kami sa mga nagsasalita. Pero sinasabihan namin sila privately, wag na kayo magsalita because there is no defending an attack that is meant to run paulit-ulit para in the end yung hindi totoo maging totoo sa utak ng mga tao.
Okay guys, we all know naman even nung panahon ng campaign season, especially those people who actively participated sa panahon ng eleksyon. It doesn't matter kung ikaw lang ay nanonood o pumasama ka ng mga rally at kung saan-saan pa. Buo ang loob ni VP Sara na lalabanan niya ang insurgency. Yesterday, sa hindi natin lahat inaasahang pangyayari, nagkaroon ng bombing ang Mindanao State University sa Marawi. Inaako ito ng ISIS. Ayon nga dito sa news ni Manila Times, Manila Philippines terrorist group Islamic State is suspected to be behind the bombing at the Mindanao State University gym, which killed 4 people and injured scores during the Catholic service on December 3, the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Sabi rin ni AFP, is validating the claims made by ISIS, another name for IS, in the recent news reports, as well as the involvement of the Maute group. So basically, may bago na pong pangalan ang Maute. Kung maalala nyo nga po, years, I think 2016 or 2017, sinugod ng Maute group ang Marawi in the heinous acts of terror. A foreign news report on Sunday, hours after the blast said ISIS sent a telegram that its member had detonated the bomb. At the briefing, Defense Secretary Gilbert Tidoro Jr. said there were strong indications of a foreign element, describing the incident a terrorist crime. Okay. Colonel Trinidad said the AFP and the PNP are extensively examining fragments of a 40mm mortar to determine the bomb signature, and that would help identify the primary culprit. Imagine niyo, sino kaagapay ng AFP? PNP. PNP na tinatawag ni Idol ng mga tamad. The AFP has already initiated its investigation in coordination with the PNP for the bomb signature that would help identify the terrorist group behind the bombing. Prior to the explosion, the AFP had killed 3 prominent leaders of an IS-inspired Dahala Maute group in the separate military operations in Basilan and Lanao del Sur. So basically guys, meron din silang sinasabi na ito daw tawag dito, paganti ng grupong ito. No? As we speak, naka-red alert po ang buong Mindanao, pati ang I saw one news article na pati ang Metro Manila. The AFP remains committed to its mandate protecting the people and the state from all various groups, foreign and domestic. Record shows the Dawla Islamia had only 41 remaining operatives out of more than 100 fighters who continued to wield influence in the south despite several setbacks caused by the military's relentless war against the terror cells. Okay? Dito rin, mayroong isang post si Sir Mark Anthony Lopez, no? Doon sa mga hindi po nakakilala sa kanya, sa pungutong magaling na writer at saka blogger. Okay? Sabi dito kasi ni PBBM, dito siya naguluhan kasi iba yung sinasabi ni BBM dito. At saka dito sa sinabi statement ng AFP. Okay? So ayon dito, sabi ni PBBM, perpetrated by foreign terrorists. Nakikita nyo ba yan? Palakayin natin guys para mas lalo nyo ma-appreciate. So sabi dito, ayan, perpetrated by a foreign terrorist. Pero iba ang sinasabi ni AFP rito. Thoroughly condemns the heinous acts of the terror transpired in MSU, Marawi on Sunday. At approximately 7:14 a.m. during the first Sunday Advent Mass attended by the students and teachers, an explosion rocked Dimaporo, resulting to the loss of 4 lives and injury of at least 50 individuals at the time of posting. Dito sinasabi, local terrorist groups are now resorting to bombing at their preferred course of action to magnify their terrorist acts as it often attracts domestic and international attention. Terrorist groups are often employ similar tactics and strategies to create, chaos. Where are we now? Yan. Tactics strategy and instill fear, similar to the cathedral bombing in Hulusulu in 2019. Such incident, whether or not motivated by religious tension, should be condemned regardless of the perpetrator's motive. So, kung dito sinasabi nga ni General Browner, local terrorist. Di ba Commander-in-Chief si PBBM, which is sinasabi rito ni PBBM, foreign terrorist. So, walang proper coordination. Diba? Kaya nga tingnan mo, sabi nga rito ni Sir Mark, our Commander-in-Chief appears to have a different intel and advisory on who the Marawi MSU bombing perpetrators are as compared to his very own AFP Chief of Staff, which, foreign or local. Diba? Kung maalala nyo nga guys, few days back, no? November 24, Marcos grant amnesty to CPP, NP, NDF, and other rebel groups. Dito guys, yung nakita ko to, talagang sabi ko, shit, bakit may ganito? Diba? Bakit may ganito? Kung una nga, babalikan natin yung ICC issue. Sinabi ni PBBM noon, hindi raw niya hayaan na makatungtong dito ang ICC. No, in terms of mag-imbestiga. Okay, dahil wala nga raw jurisdiction. And then recently lang, sinabi ni PBBM, pinag-aaralan, tinitingnan kung dapat pa ba daw papasukin. So, nag-iba yung timpla. And then after that, ito na. Marcos grants amnesty to CPP, NPA, NDF. Doon ako biglang nanghina Sa totoo lang. Sobrang nanghina ako na parang, oh my God. He knows very well na merong pinaglalaban si VP Sara na maging insurgency-free ang Pilipinas in a way of you know, magbalik sila sa gobyerno, or I don't know what are the other ways, no, to do that. I-prosecute, no, kung mapatunayan na sila ay member ng mga terrorist group. Makulong, 'di ba? I saw one video before, no, na sinasabi ni VP Sara na, ito guys yung video sinasabi ko, no. Sabi nga rito ni Aras, budol pa more. Dito ako nasad. Sobrang nasad ako to the point na grabe yung pagkabilib, no, yung tiwala ni VP Sara kay PBBM. Pakinggan natin.
Bongbong Marcos will never sleep with the enemies of the state. Never.
Tapos may lumabas na ganito. Joint statement cognizant of the serious economic and environmental issues and the foreign security threats facing the country. The parties recognize the need to unite as a nation in order to urgently address these challenges and resolve the reasons for the armed conflicts. The parties agreed to a principal and peaceful resolution of the armed conflict, resolving the roots of the armed conflict and ending the armed struggle shall pave the way for the transformation of the CPP and PANDF. The parties acknowledge the deep-rooted and socioeconomic political grievances and agree to come up with a framework that sets the priorities of peace negotiation with the aim of achieving the relevant socioeconomic and political reforms towards a just and lasting peace. Such framework that will set the parameters for the final peace agreement shall be agreed upon by both parties. Consequently, we envision and look forward to a country where a united Philippines can live in peace and prosperity. So, kung babalikan natin tong portion na to, such framework that will set the parameters of the final peace agreement. So, we don't know if nag-exist na ba ang draft na to. Kung meron man, alam ba to ni VP Sara? 'Di ba? So, dito parang binulaga lahat tayo sa ginawa nilang to. Ginulat tayo, and not only that. Para sa akin, para siyang isang malaking sampal kay VP Sara na, alam mo yun, lumalaban para sa bayan sa paraan na alam niyang gumagana. 'Di ba? O gumana na. Dahil naging insurgency free ang Davao 'Di ba? During her time. So, hindi natin alam exactly kung ano yung mga excuse me, yung mga pinagagawa niya. I heard na nag-offer siya ng ayun, I think kay Attorney Harry Roque ko yung napanood, no? Marami siyang inoffer sa mga dating rebelde. No, talagang nag-offer si VP Sara ng isang bagay na hindi nila matanggihan. Ano 'yon? Susuportahan sila ng LGU na magkaroon ng bagong buhay. Binigyan ng negosyo, tinulungan magkaroon ng hanap buhay at kung ano-ano pa. Pero definitely, siguro yung iba, hindi naman sila nag-agree sa ganun. So, baka na, we never know. Diba? Kung ano naging proseso nila. But definitely, those are the things na naging positive sa naging action ni VP Sara. Kaya ang Davao City is insurgency free. Or most probably, Davao region. Ngayon, kung babalikan na natin tong article ni GMA, lumalabas dito na ito yung mga, yan, in a statement of the PCSO, said the following groups have been granted amnesty under Proclamation 403, 404, 405, and 406 respectively. Yan. Revolutionary Partido Manggagawa Pilipinas, Revolutionary Proletarian Army, Alex Bungkayaw Brigade, Communist Party, no, CPP and PNDF, Moro Islamic Liberation Front, Moro National Liberation Front. The amnesty was granted to encourage the rebels to return to the folds of law. Yan, sabi ng PCSO. According to the PCSO, amnesty is granted to former CPP, NPA, NDF member or their front organization that committed crimes, whether punishable under the revised penal code and special penal laws, including but not limited to rebellion or insurrection, conspiracy, and proposal to commit rebellion or insurrection, disloyalty of public officers or employees, inciting to the rebellion or insurrection, sedition, conspiracy to commit sedition, and inciting to sedition. No? Ang dahil dito, nagkaroon ng panawagan si VP Sara. Tingnan natin yung 403 at 404. Okay. So basically, dito sa panawagan ni VP Sara, against siya dito sa proclamation number 403 at saka 404. Pero wala siyang issue dito sa dalawa. Let's go. Play.
Mga minamahal kong kababayan, Assalamualaikum. Madayaw ubayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Taong 2017, personal kong nakita nag-aagaw buhay sa hospital ang isang biktima ng pinasabog na improvised explosive device ng mga NPA sa Mandog, Davao City. He was struggling and choking with his own blood. It was truly a painful sight. Hindi ko rin malilimutan ang paghingi ko ng tawad sa ina ng namatay na opisyal ng Philippine Army dahil sa nangyaring engkwentro sa Barangay Paquibato, Davao City. Hindi ako nakapagsalita nung ako'y tanungin kung ilang anak pa ba ang mamamatay dahil sa mga terorista sa Davao City. Mga kababayan, walang katulad ang kasamaan ng teroristang Communist Party of the Philippines, National People's Army, at National Democratic Front of the Philippines sa kapwa nila Pilipino. Hindi na mabilang kung ilang sibilyan, kabilang na ang mga menor de edad, ang naging biktima ng madugong digmaang idinulot ng mga terorista. Maraming batang estudyante ang hindi nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral dahil dinala sila sa bundok upang maging armadong terorista. Hindi na rin mabilang ang mga barangay captains, kagawad, security volunteers, pulis at sundalo na nagbuwis ng kanilang buhay para protektahan ang ating mga komunidad. Nananawagan ang kanilang mga pamilya ng hustisya, subalit hindi ito makakamit kung bibigyan natin ang mga teroristang grupo ng amnestiya sa pamamagitan ng Proclamations 403 at 404. Sumusuporta ako sa mga hakbang para itaguyod ang kapayapaan sa bansa because the fight against terrorists is deeply personal to me, as it is deeply personal to the families of countless Filipinos whose lives were forever upended because of the madness of terrorists. Pero hindi ang pagbibigay ng amnestiya ang daan sa kapayapaan. Ang dapat nating gawin ay pagpatuloy ang ating mga nasimulan sa NTF-ELCAC at mas palakasin pa ang mga ito. Panalo na tayo, lumalaban na ang mga komunidad. Mr. President, the government's statement with the NDFP in Oslo was an agreement with the devil. Napatunayan na natin sa kasaysayan na hindi sila seryoso at wala silang sinseridad sa usaping pangkapayapaan. Gagamitin nila itong peace negotiation sa pagtraidor sa pamahalaan at paglinlang sa taong bayan. We appeal to your power to review these proclamations and agreements. Apo BBM, sana po ay isalang-alang natin ang ating mga komunidad na naging pugad ng mga terorista sa mahabang panahon na ngayon ay lumalaban na at tumutulong sa pamahalaan. Let us honor the memory of those who died in the senseless and bloody attacks of the NPA, CPP, and DFP. Mr. President, we can negotiate for peace and reconciliation and pursue meaningful development efforts in the Philippines without capitulating to the enemies. Hiling namin na kami ay mapakinggan. Syukran.
Kaya guys, unang-una sa lahat, anong masasabi niyo dyan sa panawagan ng ating Vice President Sara Duterte? Sa akin, pakiramdam ko, no, the way I see it, no, for her to release this kind of statements that parang hindi sila nag-uusap. Okay? Para sa akin. Bakit nga pala nakangato? Parang hindi sila nag-uusap. Pangalawa, nung nagkaroon ba ng amnesty, nung napag-uusapan ba ang amnesty, at least ba sinama si VP Sara sa usapin tungkol dyan? Alam niyo naman na isa si VP Sara sa pinakamataas na personality sa NTFL Cup. Diba? Pangatlo, bakit kailangan gumawa ng ganyan si VP Sara when they can actually talk? See? First, aware ba si VP Sara about the amnesty? Nagulat ba siya about sa amnesty? Knowing that from the previous video na pinakita natin, na naniniwala si VP Sara na hindi siya si BBM. He's not going to sleep with the enemy. Never. Ito bang bombing na nangyari sa Marawi again is a sign that you can never, ever have peace talks with rebels and identified terrorist groups. Dapat bang umatras si BBM dyan sa amnesty na yan? And what if hindi siya pakinggan ni BBM? Diba? Akala ko ba we're done with peace talks? O hindi pa. Kung maaalala nyo nga, lalo na doon sa mga loyalista sa panahon ni Apo Lakay, isa rin sa mga nagpabagsak kay Apo Lakay ay actually ang CPP, NPA, NDF. Yung history ng bombing ng Plaza Miranda na isinisi sa kanya ay gawa ni Joe Masison. And ngayon, ganyan si BBM. Diba? What's the catch? Anong meron? Ano yung benefit para sa atin para bigyan ni PBBM ng amnesty ang mga teroristang grupo? Ito? 15 sugatan? 4 na mamatay? Kanino natin isisisi yan? Diba? Hindi na ba tayo natuto sa ginawa ng Maute? Panahon ni PRRD? Actually, maraming nga nagsasabi. Maraming nagsasuggest na ilagay daw sa martial law ulit ang Mindanao. I don't know. Is there a need? Diba? Parang lumalabas tuloy dito. Hindi na nag-uusap si PBBM tsaka si VP Sara. Parang lumalabas tuloy. Nagkakanya-kanya na ba sila? Hindi natin alam. Kasi kung hindi naman, bakit may pahayag na ganito? Sasabihin nyo ba, your guess is good as mine? Anyway guys, again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I-share nyo na rin ang inyong thoughts about this. No? It's very important na napag-uusapan natin yung mga ganitong klaseng usapin. May hirap na in the future. Naakala natin. Sabi ko nga, namimiss ko yung tahimik na pamumuno ni PBBM at saka ni VP Sara. Nung may mga pumasok lang na elemento ng iba na lahat, nagulo na lahat. This is not something that I expect as sa administration ni PBBM at saka ni VP Sara. Akala ko naka-jackpot na tayo eh. na magiging progressive ang Pilipinas ng tuloy-tuloy dahil nagtutulungan ng dalawang matataas na leader ng bansa. Pero napapansin natin very recently, no, magkaiba na yata ang tinatakbuhan nila. Hindi na sila pareho ng path. Anyway guys, again, maraming salamat. I'll see you in the next video.